Now, one of the best ways of persuading a potential customer to push through our link is to provide additional value. And we achieve this by using PLR. Now, this is often done in the internet marketing industry, but seldom done in niche markets, and I'm just going to show you how. Now, you may not be able to find specifically related products which are specific to your niche, but you can find related ones. Okay, so if you're looking in the health industry, then related products, guides, if you can't find anything that is perfect or fits perfectly with your niche, then I would suggest that you compile just a PDF or something that lists some of the bullets, some little notes that people in your niche would be interested in, and get an e-cover designed for it. And we'll cover e-covers in just a moment, but for now we're going to look at a couple of PLR resources. Now, of course, there are lots and lots of PLR resources online. Master Resale Rights is a company that I've used for a little while. I'm sure they won't mind me mentioning their website in this video. And the other is TradeBit. Okay, but by all means use whichever resource you're happy with. Now, I'm going to be searching for health related products. So simple search. And let me just see. So if we consider our project, the first project is going to be cold sores, then we need to find something that vaguely relates or people searching for cold sore remedies may be interested in. Now, of course, we probably won't find anything specifically cold sore related, but we'll check anyway. Okay, so you can see that we've found a big book of home remedies. Now that is going to be perfect for just about any health remedy niche. And same with this one. Now what we need to do, regardless of where you look for these, is you need to make sure that they are actually private label rights. And there's a couple of things that we need to look for. We need to scroll down and look for the license rights. In this case, it's called distribution rights. So this one doesn't come with private label rights. And let's see if we could actually make changes to this and give it away. Now, although it says we can actually make changes to this product, yeah, there we go. Okay, so you need to be looking for this. Although this isn't actually private label rights, the distribution rights do state that it can be offered as a bonus, which is what we intend to do with it. And I did see it somewhere. We may modify the product. Okay, so we can make it look different, and that's all we really want to do. So when you're looking for PLR, resale, whatever it might be, or whatever it's considered as being the licensing terms, make sure that you can modify the product. See where it says yes there, and give it away or offered as a bonus. As long as those two terms are there, then it's worth using this product, because you'll be legally sticking with the license. Now, something that I like specifically about resale, master resale rights here, and I'm sure it's the same with a lot of sites similar to this, is similar products. So it's tabbed here, so if we click there, it will bring up related products that you might be interested in. Same with similar PLR ebooks and resources. Okay, so straight away we can find a number of different products which will suit our particular niche. Now the other resource that I do use is a platform called TradeBit, and we'll take a look at that now. Okay, so this is TradeBit here. It's undergone a little bit of a change recently. I haven't been over here for a while, to be perfectly honest with you. But what I've done is I've put health in here and done a search from the catalogue, and you can see that there are a number of health related products here. Now any of these are going to work quite well. If you can find anything that's more targeted to your niche, it's going to be great. But generalized products such as health insurance, health and wellness series are going to be great. So you can see what I'm getting at here. Now, because we work in the internet marketing industry, we're used to seeing bonuses. We know pretty much what they are and what you're going to get. However, in a lot of niches, people aren't accustomed to PLR. They don't know what PLR is. They're not really sure what ebooks are. So if you can take, a couple of these, it's going to cost you, less than $4. Make them look different, make them look nice, and put them on your review page or your landing page as bonuses. Then the people that are on there reading your review or your pre-sale can see straight away that they're going to get additional value if they click from your page. So still at TradeBit now, I've just entered cold sore there. You can see that there are some cold sore related products. So I'm going to take a look a little bit closer at these and we'll see what we can do. Okay, so we've got the home remedies there, a little bit cheaper, so I think I'll add that one to the basket. You also need to make sure that everything is actually genuine, so we click on here. And make sure that the licensing details are the same. So yes, we can modify the product, and yes, we can offer as a bonus. This little pack here looks like it would work perfectly with cold sores as well, because it covers stress, diet and nutrition, berry boosters. These are all quite good for immune systems. So at less than $4, I think we'll include this one. Again, this one looks reasonably good. Obviously these e-covers are awful, but the holistic health tips, not sure about this one, but and this one here, obviously we'll need to make some changes to them, but for $1.49, then certainly worth including. Now I've added a few products to my basket, as you can see here. Now I just want to make sure that these are all what they say they are, and you can do this by clicking here. And we've already looked at this one, so this one looks genuine. It's got the license rights there, and look for the size of the zip. Now this doesn't usually happen today, 2014, but a couple of years ago, you would get an empty zip or complete rubbish. So make sure it's a zip of a certain size. I mean, it can be any size, but make sure there's actually some amount of megabytes in that zip. Okay, so this one looks genuine, so we'll go back and check the other ones. Okay, this one looks good. But if you look here, so you've got these graphics here, and we were interested in the stress busters, dieting, and a berry. And now if you come down here, these products, or this list of products, doesn't actually marry up with the graphic. So I would assume that this is not going to be worth purchasing. So I'll copy that one there, and we'll look elsewhere for it, and then just delete that one. And then we'll check this one here. And let's see if we can find the size of this particular zip. Okay, that doesn't seem to be included. Occasionally you may need to take a chance if you can't find the zip size, sorry. No, nothing seems to be there, so we'll have to check on that one. So let's put in the health and wellness series. See if we can find another product. Okay, so that was the one that we looked for, or looked at before. This was the one where the graphic didn't marry up with the contents. So here's another one here. Let's open this one up and take a look. Okay, this one looks better. It's actually cheaper as well. So let's just come down here, see what it says about the licensing. And this one doesn't have any licensing details, so it's probably best to get rid of those. Okay, here's another seller offering the same product, and this one's actually with viral PLR. So what that basically means is, providing the distribution rights included, is we can do pretty much anything we like with it. So you can see down here we have private label rights. Obviously we can't pass those on, but we don't want to do that anyway. Giveaway rights, yep. Offered as a bonus, yes. These are the aspects that we're interested in, really. Offered as a bonus and may modify the product. Okay, so this one looks perfect. So once you've found the PLR products that you want to purchase, obviously just pay for them however you would normally pay for them. I'm just going to proceed with PayPal. Okay, so that's cost me a little over $10 for those products. So once the key comes through, we'll enter it on this page and we'll download the PLR products. So we'll proceed to key input here and enter our key, and that should be it. So after entering the key, we get this page here, and these are all our downloads. So I'm just going to download these one at a time, and what I like to do is keep everything inside of one folder so as I know where everything is. So I'm going to right click here and save link as. So the next step is to extract the zips that you've just purchased, because we want to actually throw away some of that stuff. So extract all. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to dump a lot of this. Now you can actually pass on these products as they are, or you can come into them and you can make changes. So you can see this is supplied as a PDF as well as a Microsoft document, a Word document, sorry, and an OpenOffice document in case you don't have Word. Now these are usually quite bad. Let's have a look. As you can see, that is quite bad. So we won't be using those. So this is how the book looks at the moment. It's just a simple PDF. Now, unless you really want to, I would just stick with it as it is, because you're only offering these as bonuses anyway. The only reason you may want to change them is if you wanted to link to other products within the bonus to make a little bit more money. But the chances of people actually reading these things are very, very slim. Although you're offering a bonus and people buy because there's a bonus included, more often than not, the people that buy these products or the product that you're referring won't even look at these bonuses. So I'll leave it up to you as to whether or not you want to change these, but I don't usually. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take that one and then we'll just paste that outside of that folder. And then we'll go back to there and we'll extract this one. And it's basically the same process for each of the products that you've just purchased. You can't give away the PLR rights, and you don't want to do that because that devalues the product anyway. These are offered as bonuses. They come across as actual products. So dump anything that relates to PLR. And just check the PDF if you're going to use a PDF as it is. If it mentions anywhere that it's a PDR, then what you should do is you should just edit it so as it doesn't mention PLR, sorry. So you can see here that I've basically just taken all of the PDFs, or at least some of the PDFs, out of their specific folders and put them in a separate folder called Health. This is in my bonus PLR folder. Okay, now what I'm going to do is in just a little while I'm going to upload these to somewhere I can store them ready for download. I'm going to use Amazon S3 for that. You don't have to, you can actually do this from your own server, but because I do a lot of marketing, it makes sense for me to be able to store a large amount of files. So we'll cover that in just a second. But what we need to do first is we need to make these products look different. Okay, so for those people that are used to seeing these particular products, most people will use the same e-covers. Now you can do this, you can use the same e-covers that the products come with if you want to. There's no real reason to change them. It's just something that I like to do. Now, in order to make your e-covers, if you don't have a software, I actually do, but it's on another computer, you can use this site here. I've used this several times. You can see there's some of my products there. It's called mycovermaker.com. What you need to do is you need to make the e-cover in a flat graphic to begin with, and then you can upload it to this site here and it'll render to your specific size. So let's take a look at that a minute, if I can remember how. And then obviously once you've done it, it's free to use, but then to download you have to pay, let me see, pay as you go, $5. Okay. Alternatively, you can get somebody on Fiverr to do this for you if they've got Photoshop. Optionally, if you've got Photoshop, you'll be able to do this no problem at all. Now, in order to make your flats for your e-covers, just in case you wanted to do that, then I'm going to use I'm going to use GIMP, which is kind of like Photoshop, but it's free, and I've been using it for so long, I probably wouldn't switch over to Photoshop if somebody gave it to me now. Okay, so download it. It's free to use. It's very stable. It's very user friendly. We're starting off here with just a plain graphic with it's 786 wide by 656 high. So on there, I've just got a graphic which is white silk. You can use anything you like for this. I've used this particular template for several products. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go over and see what the original was like, get the name of the product from the PLR products that we downloaded, and we'll take it from there. Now, people often overdo e-covers, and it can be as simple as just one picture on plain background with a little bit of text. So I would suggest that you actually purchase the graphics to use to avoid running into any issues such as getting image court cases. So that one looks like quite a nice image, that one there. You could easily use something like that. So I'm using I'm over at Deposit Photos, but obviously there are an awful lot of different stock photo sites. I'm just going to purchase this one here. Okay, with a blank canvas, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open as layers. This will allow you to add a picture to what you already have. So open as layers, and then the one that I've just purchased is there. You can see that's too big now, so if you come over here, make sure the layer, let's bring that a bit closer. Make sure the layer is highlighted, and then up here where it says layers, you want to come down here until it says scale layer, and then just reduce the size of that graphic to fit your project. If I just pull the tools bar over here as well, you can move that layer by selecting this tool here and then just dragging that around like so. Now, as I say, sometimes less is more, and when designing e-covers, especially in the health niche, sometimes it's best just to keep them really, really simple. Something else I'd like to show you, which I struggled with for a long time when I started doing my own graphics, was removing backgrounds. Now, this can be remarkably helpful for anything such as headers, banners, graphics, e-covers such as this one. So just going to quickly show you. You can do this with an actual layer as well as a standard graphic. So first of all, you need to add an alpha layer. An alpha layer is something that's found on PSDs and PNGs, and what that means is the transparent back layer. So we'll select this picture here. Okay, so this is the layer we're going to work with, and what we need to do is we need to come over here again where it says layers, and then down here where it says transparency, you need to add an alpha channel, because what we did is we actually downloaded a JPG. Okay, so we've now effectively turned this layer into a PNG. Then what we do, if we wanted to remove this background, is it's really actually quite simple. This little fuzzy selection tool here, select that one and then click the area that you want to remove. And it's as simple as then clicking the delete button. Okay, so all you've got left of that layer now is a transparent background and the actual picture. I can, I'll show you that now. What I'll do is I'll add another layer, and you can see that there's no white left behind. So we'll add a new layer there, and we'll add it as a transparency. Select that, and then we'll fill that with black. Okay, so you can see now that the white has been removed. Okay, so that looks that's pretty good for one of our e-covers. Okay, so we've added a barcode on the side now. And what I'm going to do now is add in some text. You can probably see that I've also the white silk fabric background I had, I've also increased the opacity of that and decreased the white opacity. So if I click on there, you can see I've taken that down to 61. So the fabric is just shining through. Gives the background a little bit more texture. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to add some text. Again, this can be really simple. So over here, select text, and then we have the toolbar here for the text. Then pull this little box open and paste in your text. Now, obviously, that looks horrible at the moment. So what I'm going to do is change the font. Now, this can be anything that you like yourself, and we'll make that bigger. Hint in none. Let's have a look at that. Okay, so that's okay. So I've changed it to Century Gothic, which is one of my personal favorites for the health niche. So we've got holistic health tips here. And what I'm going to do to make it a little bit more dramatic is this bit here. I'm just going to change the color. Now, if you just select part of that and then click here, I'm going to actually use a color from that leaf. So if we take the color picker and then come over here, you can see it puts a hex code up there and the color in there. So click OK. And now if I click out of there, you can see that just that part is changed. Okay, so you can see that there's nothing too dramatic about this particular e-cover flat at the moment, but it just serves a purpose. Okay, so there's no need to go overboard on this. Okay, so it will just basically look like that. Now what I'm going to do is this here, if I click on there, right click on there, and then left click on there and then right click so as it's highlighted, and then come down here and duplicate that layer. Then the duplicated layer, I can move that one there. Now what I can do with this is I can make that layer smaller by scaling it down like so, and then what I'll do is in the toolbar over here I'll select rotation icon, okay, and I'll turn that up to around about 90 degrees. Okay, that's pretty close to it. And then click rotate, like so. And then click that tool there. And make sure it's on the active layer in the tool options. And then drag that over. So that will act as the side of your e-cover or box cover. Okay, so I think we have enough there. That'll make a perfect e-box cover. What I'm going to do now, and this is something that you should take note of if you're using the new version of GIMP. First of all, you save as, but you can't actually use this because this is a GIMP only file. It's very similar to a PSD, but it's GIMP's own version. So what we're going to do is over here, we'll click in there, and then we'll save this as general. Oh, bear with me a second. Okay, my mistake. Right, so we're going to save this as holistic health tips XCF. Okay, so we save that. Now what we need to do is we need to come back in, and instead of save as, we export as. Now the reason we did the last the XCF is if we want to come in and use this again and change any elements of it, which we probably will, then you can do that in the XCF, much like you could do as a PSD. Now you export as a PSD, as a PNG or a JPG, and there we go. So we'll export that as a PNG. Now if I go into that there, you can see that we've got the GIMP image there, and we have this one here, and I'll just show you how that looks now. Okay, so of course it is just a flat at the moment, but I'll show you how that looks in just a second. So before we finish off, I'd just like to show you the difference in how these products look. Now we both know that, or we all know that it's the same product, but if you look at this, it looks cheap. If you look at this, it looks valuable. So just by changing the overall look of a PLR product, you can add value to it. Now if this has seemed at all complicated, then what you can do is you can get somebody over at Fiverr to make you up something like this if you don't want to do it yourself, or you can use one of the free online services. I say free, you can actually design it yourself and use one of the rendering applications which you'll find on site. So just look for free e-cover maker or e-cover creator. You will have to do the graphics yourself. Just before I finish this video, I'll show you another one that I just found actually. Here it is, e-cover editor. There's a couple of sites that look very similar to this, but you can actually use this site here. There's also 50 e-cover templates which can be edited, so if you're not too sure about what to put on there, you can use any of these and edit them as you go. And that costs $47 for the year, or monthly membership is $6.95.